Hi everyone, I'm Kirsty, the Mental Health and Wellbeing Coordinator at the college. And today I'm really pleased to have Claire Ines Martin with me, one of the yoga instructors from Kali Collective, the yoga studio that does the free yoga classes every Wednesday for our students. So thanks for coming, Claire, and being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
I wondered if you could maybe just start by telling us a wee bit about the classes and what people can expect. I think I have some maybe kind of preconceptions about the fact that people that do yoga are super flexible and maybe I don't know, they meditate as well. And so I'm just wondering, what can students kind of expect from a class?
Yes, of course. Well, what I would say is, to kick off, our classes are very much movement based as opposed to having long periods of guided meditation. That's a completely different practice that some people like and some people don't, but we're focusing on just 45 minutes in your day to breathe and to move a bit. The classes are all levels classes. So
Right.
challenge will be offered, but we'll always start from a beginner's baseline. So that's
Okay.
the idea of it. In terms of flexibility, well, if you've got to be really flexible to start yoga, I'm out because I'm not a naturally really flexible person. The idea of doing yoga from a physical point of view is to improve that. So there's never any pressure to arrive as like the finished product. And we always say in yoga as well, you're never finished. There's always more to learn. So we're all learning. We're just at different stages of experience with it. So yeah, it's very much breath and movement based, and is designed to be accessible to all people.
Great. So it sounds like, as well as the kind of physical benefits, there's something in there about having some time out in your day and some time to just kind of, not be in lessons or, especially at the moment, it's good to just get a bit of breathing space.
Yes, that's it exactly. It's just creating that bit of time and space for yourself to kind of fill your cup back up. And I think sometimes, especially when we're working and studying from home, it can be really easy to let that time slide or to spend any downtime still in front of a screen, yada yada yada, whereas this is just about you and yourself doing something for your own well-being. I mean, I'd be happy if people wanted to come to class and just lie down for 45 minutes and breathe. They're not married to my cues at all. People can just take that time and chill and do what they can when they can, kind of thing.
Great. So I mean, you've been doing classes at the college for the last kind of 2.5 years, and pre-lockdown you were doing those classes in college, but obviously with the restrictions we're having to offer that online now. So I'm just wondering, what do students need in terms of, do they need equipment, or what do they need to do to take part in a class?
I mean, it's great if you've got a wee mat to use, just from the point of view of it gives you a surface that's a wee bit softer. That being said, all of our classes are designed to be like, if you've got a space on the floor and you've got your body, then you can do this class.
Okay.
Also, even if there are opportunities to use props, we get creative with props. So when I'm teaching, I'll be grabbing a cushion off the back of my couch and using that, or using books as a block, that kind of thing. So really you could arrive with nothing but yourself and you would still be able to practice, no problem. You don't have to be going out and trying to source equipment at all.
And what about kind of space? I'm imagining that quite a lot of people might just be in their bedrooms or in halls and stuff, so
totally, and I know how that feels to be tight for space. As long as you've got space enough for yourself to kind of lie down and you're not having to keep your arms and legs really, really narrow in, as long as you've got a wee bit of space either side of you to move, these classes will be accessible to you. But it's one of the things that I really enjoy about home yoga, though, is that we're all dealing with different spatial things. I managed to tip myself over onto my sofa last night during a class. I just kind of forgot that it was there behind me. Just kind of, oh, there we go. But it's just par for the course. As long as you've got a little space around you, you'll be able to do these classes.
Perfect. So before, I'm going to show people how they can book a class online, but before I do that, I just wondered if there's anything else that you think is kind of important to mention of the students to know before attending.
Sure, sure. So one thing that has come up and that I've been asked about a wee bit is the kind of, with the whole aspect of practicing on Zoom, do we have to have our cameras on? I'm the only person who has to have my camera on. Okay. Some people choose to keep their camera on, which is great, and that is fine. But if you wanted to come and have your camera off throughout, that's fine, and people do. Okay. That means if you're in a shared environment, or if you just don't really want to have your camera on for once, there's no pressure to do so. And also audio is off for you guys who are attending throughout the class, which means that if you've got your own music that you want to listen to, again, you're not married to my playlist. If you just want to have no music at all, then that's an option as well. So just to kind of clarify that about audio and visual, I'm the only one whose audio and visual is on for the 45 minutes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's, I'm just going to share my screen.
Awesome.
So I'm going to start at the beginning. So this is where the website is calicollective.com. Now students, you'll be able to see on My City, there's a banner about the yoga, and if it's got a click here, and this will take you to the Cali Collective website. So when you go onto the website, calicollective.com, if you click on classes and then timetable and bookings, and so the classes for students are every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. So if we have a look at next Wednesday, for example, which is the 17th of February, I'm going to click on that date. And I'm going to scroll down, and there you can see 12 to 12:45 p.m. yoga for City of Glasgow College students only. And this means that, you know, the classes are free, and that's how Cali Collective know that you're a student, because this is only bookable for our students. So if you go to sign up, it confirms the details, click on next, and then you'll be asked to create a profile. So this just means that for future sign-ups, your details will be in the system, and it's just a couple of clicks, and you'll be sent an email to confirm the class with a Zoom link. So you just need to fill in your email, create a password for yourself, include some basic information, and also make sure that you click the liability waiver. Claire, would you mind just explaining quickly what this is?
The liability waiver is just something that's there, which is really there for when we're attending classes in studio and when people are buying passes. But for legal reasons, we've got to have it there for every single person who sets up a profile first time. So it is one of these things we're kind of asking you to just tick it, even though it's not of any great relevance. Feel free to have a read, and if you had any questions, to get in touch if you had any reservations at all, but it really won't have any consequence on anyone who's from the college signing up.
Okay, thanks for that, Claire. Okay, so yeah, I think hopefully we've kind of answered some kind of questions that students may have about what they can expect and what they need. Again, it's every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And thank you again, Claire, for being with us and having a chat with me today.
No, thank you. It's my pleasure. It's been great to be here. I'm looking forward to next week's class already.